Brilliance Audio.
All Good Things by Amanda Prowse. Performed by the author. Daisy Harrop stepped over the welcome mat in the hallway, with an ironic twist to her mouth. The mat, thick with dust, covered in clumps of mud and bald in places, was not really that welcoming. She picked up the hand-delivered letter addressed to her parents from the floor, admiring the official-looking council crest, before placing it on top of the old cool box in the corner. That being the spot where mail was left for collection, and recycling items nested until they were grabbed and plopped in the appropriate bins. Popping her soft mustard-coloured beret on her head at a jaunty angle, and tying her cotton scarf in a natty knot, she opened the front door. The sky was blue, even as the day crawled towards night. "See you later," she called out to whoever might be listening, and wasn't surprised to receive no response. She did this, found a jolly voice that wouldn't be amiss in an advert or movie, as if saying things in this particular way might make her life more like an advert or movie. So far, as a strategy, it had proved unsuccessful. There was no bashful yet keen boyfriend on the scene, no lovely apartment with a balcony and a view, no spare cash, no happy ending where she got to laugh with her good-looking friends as catchy music played and she danced off into the sunset. Instead, the house remained silent. It was no surprise. She knew her mum would be napping on the sofa before supper. Her dad would be napping in the chair post his shift at the sorting office, and her older brother Jake would be in bed having an after-school nap. They napped a lot, the other three Harrops. Wheeling her bike from the porch, she looked over the fence towards the Kelleways' house, as was her habit. This she did just in case he might be visiting his grandparents. Cassian, the boy who filled her thoughts. Only this morning she had seen the local florist amble up their driveway with an armful of red roses. "It's our anniversary," she had heard Mrs. Kelleway, Cassian's gran, exclaim, as she took the vast bunch of flowers into her arms. "Can you believe he still does this after 40 years married?" She laughed. "I am one lucky lady." Daisy couldn't imagine her dad buying her mum flowers at any stage. Maybe that was what was wrong with them. She pictured him arriving home with a handful of daffs, and her mum busting out a happy dance before slipping into his arms. "No," she shook her head, knowing it would take more than a fancy bouquet to thaw out her frosty parents. They hadn't always been this way. She could recall pockets of laughter coming from them on the sofa, and had even caught them kissing one Sunday in the kitchen. She remembered the way they'd sprung apart, blushing and laughing like teens. It had made her feel inexplicably happy, safe. But for the last 3 or 4 years, this coolness had been the norm. It felt as if the cracks had appeared overnight, or maybe that was simply her awareness of them. Like looking up one day to find it raining, realising only then that the roof was gone. Not that the state of their marriage was the only thing at the front of her mind. Daisy worried deeply about her mother. Watching her hide from the world each day was, without trying to sound ironic, a little depressing. She knew enough biology to wonder if her decision to withdraw from life so suddenly might be connected to the perimenopause. The age certainly fit, but surely their doctor would be aware of the possibility. Broaching it with her mum was a whole other thing, though. It felt too personal, invasive. Instead, she showed her kindness and did chores where and when she could. This, she felt, was the best way to help them all get through it, because get through it they must. What was the alternative? Not that it didn't directly affect her. It did. First, it had altered her life. Changed their once sunny home where music played and food was cooked from scratch and the garden was pretty, into one covered in a quiet shade, punctuated by the ping of the microwave. And second, she dreaded the same happening to her if this was her genes. It wasn't easy living in a house where someone had depression. It threw its cloak over them all.